It is now time for Tennessee Wesleyan University basketball on 101.7 WJSQ Athens. Today's game is brought to you in part by Athens Insurance, Tennessee Wesleyan University, and Star Regional Medical Center. And now with today's play-by-play, here is Jared Wright.
Thank you, Handsome Dan, and welcome into James L. Robb Gymnasium as we get set for another Appalachian Athletic Conference matchup here between the Tennessee Wesleyan Lady Bulldogs and the Lady Knights of Kentucky Christian, who come to town for this midweek game on Wednesday night here. Jared Wright, Coach Stan Harrison bringing you the action here as both teams are out there still warming up, getting set to square off here in what is really a new series in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. The guys' side, they've played a few more times really before Kentucky Christian became a part of the AAC. The guys squared off a little bit more than the women had. So it is a very young series. Actually, only 7 games played thus far. One of them got canceled, so they would be up to about 9 games in this series. And the only time the women will meet this season, unless they both were magically able to square off in Kingsport, but both of them have a lot of winning to do before they can punch their ticket into the tournament up at the Meadowview Center in Kingsport, Tennessee. Coach, Lady Bulldogs come off a tough loss on Monday night that we had when Brian was here, a game that they battled the whole way. Brian just able to pull away towards the end, and really free throw shooting was a struggle there for a little bit for the Lady Bulldogs. But obviously this matchup on paper favors them coming into it against the team that's currently in last place in the conference. But you can't look past that on paper.
Absolutely not. And you're coming off of a hard-fought win on Monday night. And what you've got to not do is have any carryover from Monday night to tonight. Record-wise, that seems to would favor the Lady Bulldogs. But when you look statistically, there's a lot of similarities between the two teams. Both of them averaging in the low 60s in points. Both of them shooting it very similarly from the field. Wesleyan shoots it a little better from the three. Both shoot it about the same from the free throw line. The biggest difference that I see statistically is that Kentucky Christian is averaging about 19 turnovers a game. And so it may be important for us to turn them over tonight, create some easy opportunities for ourselves, and it would look, at least on paper, of trying to get them in a little bit of foul trouble. Looks like their roster is a little depleted from what they would normally have.
Yeah, at least 7 names that were scratched off of our sheet that we had for the rosters, and so they will have a short lineup compared to what they advertise online at least. And the Kentucky Christian Lady Knights, they come in 4-16 overall, 2-13 in the conference. Lady Bulldogs on the other side, 8-9 and 6-9 inside the conference play. They are 5-4 here at home. The Kentucky Christian, they are 2-10 on the road. They've lost their last 5. Lady Bulldogs lost their last 2. So both teams desperately searching for a win. And Coach, one thing that stands out to me, we talked a little bit about it during the Bryan game. This Lady Bulldogs team, they have a certain pace they want to play. They don't want to get up and down with a lot of teams, kind of slow it down sometimes. They rank second in the conference in holding their opponents to under 60 points per game, which I think speaks to that defensive effort for them.
Very much so. Speaks to both sides of the ball. Offensively, that you're being deliberate, trying to make sure that you're getting good shots. On the other hand, playing good half-court defense, trying to limit their opportunities, and hopefully just play good first-shot defense and control the defensive boards.
Which is what they did well early in the game against Bryan, limited their second-chance opportunities against the Lady Lions, but they will turn their focus here to Kentucky Christian. And Dr. Lisa Kahn, who comes in, she's won, doing a little background study on that, she has won 5 Kentucky High School Christian Association championships. So she's a championship familiar coach there, but in her 7th season at Kentucky Christian, she's got a host of assistants. Jeff Rice in his 18th season, Darian Jones, his assistant for the first season here, replacing Reggie Jackson, who decided to head back towards the Chattanooga area where he is from, and back in the high school ranks as well. And so, again, 7-game series. Wesleyan holds the 5-2 advantage against the Lady Knights, currently on a 4-game winning streak. They've only lost 1 game here at home. You got to go back to February of 2020. They lost here by 6, 73-67. Lady Bulldogs average winning by 8.5 points here and a 2-1 record at home. They average scoring just under 70 in this series. And Kentucky Christian averages just around 65 points a game in this series. So It's fairly close in terms of the scoring, only really one double-digit win, and that came for the Lady Bulldogs. So right now we're going to take a 90-second break and then be back with starting lineups. Back in 90 seconds.
Here I come, you can't hide. Ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. Ready or not, here I come, you can't
National anthem taken care of, and the Lady Bulldogs rocking their orange shirts for Neelan Strong. Neelan Pickles, still the impact that young man had around campus is still here, and they are wearing those as warm-up shirts tonight that say Neelan Strong and the orange color mixed in. And get set here for the starting lineups. We'll look at Kentucky Christian first. It'll be number 2, Abby West, the 5'7" senior guard from Dry Ridge, Kentucky. Averages 12.3 a game. Number 11, Jada Johnson. She is a 5'9" senior or freshman forward from Floyd County, Kentucky. Number 13, Elizabeth Hardwick, a 5'8" sophomore guard from Carrollton, Ohio. And then number 33, Kylie Gillum, a 5'9" senior forward from Olive Hill, Kentucky. And then number 40, Bellamy Sparks, a 5'6" sophomore guard, averages 15.9, their leading scorer there. Also with about 5 rebounds from Ashland, Kentucky. On the other side for Jeff Rice, it'll be a familiar lineup. Number 1, Anna Crowder, the 5'9" junior forward, averages 10.5 a game, along with 5.5 rebounds from Decatur, Tennessee. Number 4, Jacelyn Stone, the 5'5" junior guard from Decatur, Tennessee, also averages about 13 points per game. Number 10, J.C. Powell's a 5'8" junior guard, averages 7.3 a game from Decatur, Tennessee, along with 5 rebounds. Number 20, McKaylee Martin, she's a senior forward, 6 foot. Averages 6 points and just under 4 rebounds per game from Sweetwater, Tennessee. And then from Bradley, Tennessee, it's going to be, or from Cleveland, Tennessee and Bradley Central High School, it's number 21, Cambry Mayo, the 5'7" junior guard. Averages 7.4 along with 3.5 rebounds. Lady Bulldogs are going to be in their home white uniforms, blue numerals. Kentucky Christian, second game in a row, we're going to have black uniforms with red numerals trimmed in white. This red's a little bit brighter than the brine was earlier. And we get set for the tip-off. I do want to take a moment and familiar name to a lot of people around Tennessee Wesleyan, Jim Thompson, Mr. T as he is known, passing away. So take a moment to honor him and the impact he's had on this university and athletics in general, serving many times as the faculty rep and eligibility officer, as Wesleyan's going to miss the first attempt here. And that was a three-pointer up by by Martin and no good. Kentucky Christian answers right back, and they'll get on the board first. Knocking down a 3 here early.
Abby West got open look off the corner and knocked it down. Martin had a nice look, just wasn't able to get it in. Good ball movement. Not here.
Bad pass. It's going to head to the backcourt, and somehow Sparks saves it on the baseline, gets it over to Hardwick inside. A little hook shot comes off to the left side into the hands of Powell.
He dodged the bullet there.
Yes. Powell, top of the key, she'll send it, and gets it right back on the right wing. Far side corner, it's Anna Crowder. Stone now with it. Top of the key, works it to the right side. Looking for Martin now to set a screen. Crosses over instead. Gets to the baseline. Shot clock deep. Here's Mayo from the far corner. It's down to 5 to shoot. Crowder trying to take it from the left wing, and she does. She'll get fouled. And this was going to be the first on Kentucky Christian. And that was on Gillum, her first. Team first. Our third game in as many nights, or a third set of games, as Crowder converts the first one for the Lady Bulldogs here.
Very deliberate offensively. Got a lot of ball movement. Weren't able to get the penetration, but Crowder can usually get it to the hoop when she needs to late in the shot clock.
Misses the second one, so trailing by 2, 3-1. Kentucky Christian has it out front. West sends it left side to Sparks. Sparks crosses over. Gets free for an easy lay-in on the left side. So right now, Wesleyan coming out very sluggish defensively, or at least allowing Kentucky Christian to score quick. Far side, Crowder with it. Skip pass into the near corner to Stone. Stone fires up the 3 and rattles that one home to tie, to come to within 1. Good ball movement there. It's always scary when they go across court, but they did it. Kentucky Christian makes another one. That one, Gillum from the far side.
Long 2. Had to look to see if any officials' hands went up or not.
Luckily, they stayed down, so it keeps it a 1-possession game. 7-4, Kentucky Christian in front. Right side, Stone with the ball.
They're certainly coming out hot.
Yes. Behind the back goes Stone into the middle of the paint. She'll kick it left side. Powell for 3 and answers right back. We've got our first tie ball game, 7
apiece. A little bump on the penetration, but we'll take the 3 instead of the foul.
Now trying to lob it down low. It's going to be deflected out of bounds off the Lady Bulldogs. So it'll stay with Kentucky Christian, KCU. West lobs the inbound straight to Sparks in the middle, and easy lay-in.
Nice inbounds play, caught us a little bit of sleep.
Yep. So 9-7. Just about 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter of action. Stone out front, sends it left side. Martin faked the shot. Now she'll send it back to Stone. To Crowder, she hands it. There's Powell coming off a back screen. Back to Crowder, top of the key. Under 10 to shoot. Backdoor cut and the feed to Stone. High off the glass. She does get the home bounce. Knots it up at 9 apiece now.
Early they looked like a 2-3, but it's definitely man-to-man. They matched up after the first pass.
There's the first turnover by KCU. They dribble it, double dribble it. And that is Jada Johnson on the far side. Called for that one.
Took away the passing lane just at the last second. She put it back on the floor.
So Stone gets it to Crowder. Crowder lobs it near side to Martin. Martin kicks. That pass intercepted. Now it's loose ball picked up by Mayo. Inside the arc. Sends it over. They find Powell wide open for another 3. This one off the back iron. Tip up into the hands of Hardwick. She'll clear it out up to Gillum. Gillum waits on everyone else to catch up. Gets it to Hardwick. They get a jump ball signal, and it will stay with KCU on the possession arrow. Inbounds coming from West underneath. Deflected partially. Now it's Sparks down low. Steps through 2 defenders. Misses it. Backside board. Collected there by Crowder. Crowder's going to bring it all the way up. See if she tries to go coast to coast. Spins at the free throw line. Passes it to Mayo behind her. Here's Stone over to Martin left side. Martin pump fake. Drives. Middle of the lane off the glass. Comes into the hands of Gillum. Or Sparks, correction. She's going to push it. Gets a low block.
Jump stop and a square up there would have been nice. She's a little out of control when she put that one up.
So Wesleyan can take their first lead here. Stone going to fire the 3 at the top of the key, and it's nothing but net there for Jacelyn Stone. Puts the Lady Bulldogs in front, 12-9. We'll see Kentucky Christian and Wesleyan already going to the substitutions. Got 4 of them sitting at the line, at the table, and there's another 3 for Kentucky Christian. Hardwick's going to knock that one down. So knotted up at 12 apiece with 5:15 to go in the first quarter of action. Here Stone gets by everybody on the right side. And that's that quick dribble she's got. She can use her speed and get past most people.
Looked like we were going to set a screen at the top. she just sort of ignored the screen, went around. The Kentucky Christian did not switch, didn't stay with her, so she's wide open to go.
Hardwick misses a long two. Rebound tapped around. Mayo comes away with it. Lady Bulldogs can extend it. Here, Mayo on the right wing. Stone, all five are on the perimeter. Now a couple cut inside. Here's Crowder off the dribble and a screen and quick whistle. And going to call a hand check on Kentucky Christian. This one's going 33, Kylie Gillum, her second, team second. So Wesleyan's going to get their number 3, Abby Barr, the Sweetwater native, into the ball game, the 5'8" junior guard, along with number 22, Sierra Bates, 6-foot junior forward from Kodak, Tennessee. Kentucky Christian getting number 15, Kayla Overman, into the ball game, as well as number 24, Katie Atkins, in. Crowder, top of the key, sends it near corner to Powell. Quick over the head pass to Barr at the top. She'll pump fake, drive. Off the glass, no good. Bates with a good offensive rebound on the left side. Kicks it to Stone on the left wing.
A little quick, didn't set it.
She misses it, and a shot clock violation. We'll give it right back.
Playing 5 out, nobody in on the offensive end. I think Coach Rice is convinced that we can beat them off the dribble. So we're trying to spread them out.
Yep.
Take it to goal off the dribble and then kick it out. At least 3 times we've been able to do that and hit the 3. We got to either get to the goal or be successful when we kick it out.
There's a travel called inside on Kentucky Christian. They're trying to work it in from the low block back outside. As Lexi Bates will check in. Ella Crowder will check in. As Stone and Powell will take a breather.
So
we do
4 of the 5. Anna Crowder's the only starter still in the game, looks like.
Got the twin lineup going. Abby Barr being the 5th one out there. Both Bates girls and Crowder girls are out there. Alexi pulls up from the short or deep corner over there and knocks it down. Good pull up, left uncontested. 4-point lead here, 16-12. Tennessee Wesleyan in front. Trying to pick up their 9th win of the season.
At least early, it looks like we're going to get shots. We just got to knock them down.
Yep, got to knock them down. Hardwick gets blocked inside by Alexis Bates. Here comes Anna Crowder with it. She's got her sister Ella to the right. She finds Barr, though, on the left side, and Barr traveled with it. Yep. Shuffled that foot just a little too quickly.
A little shuffle before she got down the floor.
I think it was almost like she was ready to shoot it and then decided at the last second she was going to pass it off or drive and created the turnover. So still 4-point advantage for Tennessee Wesleyan. They're showing man-to-man. Here's Atkins, takes it to the right side. Now West out front. West, a little hesitation dribble. Now kicks it to Hardwick in the near corner. Her 3. Chased down by Alexis Bates. She's going to push the pace. Bates gets to the right side, circles it back out front. Crowder makes a cut to the hoop. Now Anna Crowder gets it. She'll cross over, kicks it to Ella. Ella into the lane. Running shot off the glass, no good. Ball ends up into the hands of KCU. Dr. Kahn wanted the foul call on Wesleyan, didn't get it. Long 3, and nobody blocks out underneath.
We had 2 there. Each of them thought the other one was going to go get it. Neither one of them did. Kentucky Christian ends up with the ball.
So now it's going to be Atkins out front. Shot clock is at 6. Powell returning to the scorer's table. West bounce pass feed inside. Shot clock is going to be, well, they're going to say Crowder blocked it. She'll have the loose ball. 2:12 to play in the first quarter. Bates drives, dishes to Barr. Here's Anna Crowder. Spins left side of the lane, throws the ball into the hip of the Lady Knights, but then they get it back. Here's Barr, top of the key, gets a screen from Ella Crowder. Over to Anna Crowder, 6 to shoot. Crowder driving in, spins away from the defender and makes it. Nice little finger roll over the side of the rim there. 6-point advantage for homestanding Lady Bulldogs here.
Again, not get a lot done on the offensive end, but late in the shot clock, Crowder can take it to the goal.
Ella Crowder gets a rebound, clears it out to Bates. Lexi driving, kicks it to sister Sierra. Sierra dribbles left, then Ella brings it back right. Barr with it on the wing. Anna Crowder out front, guarded there by Johnson. Pass it off to Bates, getting deep into the shot clock again, down to 10. Bates drives, layup is short, off the glass and rim.
Run a little motion offense, little cut and replace. Pass, cut through, looking to receive the ball back, and then the next girl over replaces the spot that you left.
Under 60 seconds we go. Wesleyan in front by 6, 18-12. On a little bit of a run for the last 4 minutes or so. Here's a three-pointer up, and that hit the shot clock, they will say. So the support as the goals hang down from the ceiling here, James L. Robb. Stone coming back in along with Powell.
We've had a bit of an offensive lull. They've had a bigger one. So.
Yep. Game of runs. It's just been some slow runs right now. 38 seconds to play. Stone and Bates out front, gets it to Powell. Sierra Bates drives left side, gets all the way to the rim, and gets the foul called. Converts the play. This one's going to be on Overman, her first, team third of the quarter.
I think being left-handed there was a huge advantage. I don't think they were expecting that drive on the left side.
So Bates, chance at the three-point play is good. Coach Ross sending a sub in real quick. It's going to be Barr returning. 9-point lead here. Heard Peyton Manning in the building for a minute. Heard Omaha coming from the Kentucky Christian bench over there. Far
Shot
side
clock
of the court.
off. They can hold for the last one.
It's going to be Madeline Mead that has it. Now it's going to be Gillum trying to look for help. Clock down to 5, 4. This one's going to be thrown out. About 2.8 remaining. Plenty of time for the Lady Bulldogs to, well, they're going to press up now with Sparks. Stone catches it. Stone's going to try to heave it. Not able to get the shot off, and it would have been no good anyway. So at the end of the first quarter, the Lady Bulldogs in front, 21-12. After a slow start against Kentucky Christian, they have rattled off the last 9 points on a 9-0 run to end the quarter. So with that, we'll take a timeout here and be back in 60 seconds for the second quarter. Back in 60. Back here at James L. Robb. Tennessee Wesleyan will have the ball out of the quarter break. It'll be Crowder to inbound it to Stone out there with Powell. So all 5 starters return for Tennessee Wesleyan. Martin, Mayo, Crowder, Powell, Stone. Kentucky Christian now looks 2-3 zone they have gone to against the Lady Bulldogs. Sends it over. Crowder takes a 3 from the left side. Too strong. Airballs it over the top, and Powell just lets that one go.
Smart move on their part.
Yep.
We just got to be a little patient and get the open 3. It's an important quarter for us. Had a really good first quarter against Bryan the other night and didn't offense it real well in the second quarter. So we got to do a better job of that tonight.
Here's Sparks. Takes a long 2 off, kind of deadpans off to the right. And offensive rebound ends up into the hands of Kentucky Christian. They'll have another chance. Sparks takes it, can't get it, gets her on board again, and gets fouled on the putback. So this one's going to be on Wesleyan's Mayo, her first, team first of the quarter.
Both those offensive rebounds hit the floor.
Yep.
There's no excuse for that.
Sparks misses the first one. Her second attempt is missed as well, and an offensive rebound tipped out. Mayo trying to chase it down. Goes into the backcourt. Sparks is there. She's been everywhere on this offensive possession. Reverse layup for her, no good. Put back, going to draw another foul on Tennessee Wesleyan. So it's going to be on Martin. her first, team second of the quarter, and
4 offensive rebounds this possession.
That's going to send Overman to the line. She's a 78% shooter for Kentucky Christian. She does make the first one. 9:07, so not even a minute played, and it's been predominantly on the Kentucky Christian end of the court. Makes both of them. Wesleyan brings it across midcourt with Stone. Drops it to Crowder on her right. Now flips the court over to Martin. Far side it goes. Back it comes near side to Mayo. Trying to create some quick passes to get on the backside of this 2-3 zone. Instead, it's Stone in the middle. Gets the feed and gets the home bounce off the front of the rim. And it falls.
2-3, and one of the two is coming up to take the ball on the point. So it's opening up the middle. So you've got to attack that thing at the free throw line in the middle of the zone.
Kentucky Christian, they'll take a drive. They lose the handle ball on the ground once again. Mayo down there to dive for it. Possession arrow will give it to Kentucky Christian, or keep it here at least. They will get West, Hardwick, and Johnson back in for them as Gillum and Meade along with Atkins will take a breather. So Wesleyan will have the possession arrow after this one. Far side, it's Hardwick. That was a travel. Yep. She had thoughts on driving but passing at the same time, and that doesn't work out well.
Not well.
Here's Stone. Just over a minute and a half played in the second quarter, 23-14. Lady Bulldogs in front. Here's Martin for three. Got it. Another three ball for the Lady Bulldogs is good from the left side. Going to keep shooting it with that Knights defense in the zone. Down low feed, 12-point lead, the largest. Then an offensive foul. That one's going to be called on Johnson, her first, team first of the quarter. So Lady Bulldogs a little bit more comfortable than they started this game right now. It's Kentucky Christian that had it lead most of the time.
So 1-1-3 look to start with, then it shifts to a 2-3 off the first pass.
Here comes Mayo on the right side. Martin flashed to the high post. Now it's Mayo on the high post. Fakes the pass low, sends it left side to Stone. Back it comes around. Back to the left side to Mayo. Another three.
Good ball movement. In and out, just didn't go.
Offensive rebound by Powell. Here's her attempt off the feed from Mayo, and that one hits the side of the backboard, but Crowder gets the second offensive board for the Lady Bulldogs. She'll pull up from just inside the free throw line, but it goes off to the right. Just glancing off the right side of the rim. Thought we were about to see a series like the Lady Knights had just a few minutes ago. Giving up multiple offensive rebounds. Just got to convert them. Top of the key. It's going to be a three-pointer off the mark there by Overman. Rebound cleared out to Stone. Powell hit the deck. She's back to her feet, though. Mayo gets it to Powell. Powell finds Crowder in the far corner. Skip pass up, intercepted by Sparks. She read it on the backside of the defense. Stone trying to give chase, but Sparks makes the easy lay-in. Cuts it down to a 10-point game. 6:45 to play here in the first half.
Well, careless with the skip pass there.
It's always a dangerous pass if you got somebody that can anticipate it on the backside of the zone. As Mayo fires a three from the left wing, it bounces off to the backside. And Sparks had read that one on the previous trip. She's got the ball here across midcourt. Here's a take against Powell. Layup on the left side. She's going to draw the foul and makes the bucket. So a three-point play coming for her, and that one's going to be on, I said 15, but I'm pretty sure that's on Powell. And Sparks misses the three-point opportunity. So 26-18.
Can't say where coach is calling out a play or calling patience.
Which one is it? Martin, top of the key. She'll fire the quick three. Bounces in and out. Powell trying to chase it down between her and Hardwick, but it's West that comes away with it. West into the left side of the lane. Throws up a tough shot. Powell able to collect it off the glass.
Nice box out by Martin.
Yep. Allowed Powell to get that one wide open. High post feed to Stone. A little head fake. Now she'll kick to Mayo. Left corner three is good for Cambry Mayo. That left side has favored the Lady Bulldogs here early from behind the arc. Jumper off to Martin. Martin's going to get fouled on the rebound there. That one's going to be on Overman, her second.
Overman grabbed Martin trying to get position. She ended up with the worst of that deal. She ended up on the floor.
Yep. So an 11-point advantage for Tennessee Wesleyan. They'll get Alexis Bates back in, Abby Barr back in. Powell will stay out there. And Crowder will stay out there. And then Ashley Baxter, number 34, the junior forward from right here in McMinn County, will join them.
3-point threat.
Yep, she's in the near corner, and that's who's got it now. Gets it to Powell, top of the key. Crowder now with it. Big crossover, sends it to Barr on the left side. Barr comes to the near side, gets it to Powell. Dribble and drive. Now she'll dish it to Bates. Bates back to Barr. Barr's going to try to hit the three-pointer, and she does as the shot clock is winding down from the right wing. Had 6 to shoot, and she converts it easily.
Just keep shooting. Shoot them out of that zone.
Wesleyan committing the foul here on the shot. It'll be 2 shots. Barr's going to pick up her first, team 4th of the quarter. I think that's the only knock on the quarter so far, is that Wesleyan with 4 team fouls, and we're just halfway through the quarter.
Been a little reach and grab too much this quarter.
First free throw is good. Second one good as well. Barr brings it up the court. 12-point game.
Back in the man. They're back man to man.
We've seen enough of the three-pointers going in from Tennessee Wesleyan. So Dr. Kahn makes the switch there. Here's Barr, right side. Baxter going to take the three. That one's going to be short. Barr's going to get whistled for the over the back and push him in the back.
9-4 feet from the other basket, and they're going to probably shoot 2 here.
Yep, so that'll be 2. You're exactly right with 4:31 to play. And Barr will exit, picking up her second foul. And that's going to send Hardwood. She's an 89% shooter on the season from the line. Not many attempts, 8 of 9 on the season. First one caroms off to the left. Lady Bulldogs holding to this 12-point lead. Had the 14-point lead after the made three-pointer by Barr, but now it's down to an 11-point lead, 32-21. 4:25 to go. Out front, Bates with it. Gets it to Crowder at the high post. Powell cut back door, but Sparks was right there with her, so instead Bates has it, sends it around to Baxter. She's going for another three. That one was down and pops out.
It was indeed.
Looked much better that time around for Ashley Baxter, but just couldn't get it to be kind enough on the rim. She's got a good box out underneath, though, and gets the rebound defensively, clears it out to Crowder after the missed three in the corner. Top of the key, Mayo over to Powell. Baxter sets a screen to the right. Powell dribbles and then dishes it. Bates gets the pass. She'll drill the three from the right wing. Another deep three ball for the Lady Bulldogs is falling here. If that's what the defense is going to give them, that's what they're going to take. Kentucky Christian, though, answers right back.
Same thing on the other end.
Yep.
Nobody picked her up. She just dribbled top the key, knocked it down. Not sure who had her. We'll find out next possession.
Here's Crowder, high post, feeds it far corner. Mayo going for another one from there. She's already made one from the corner, but misses this one short. West pushes the rebound up to Sparks. Sparks in transition. And they're going to get a charge call, late whistle. Coach Rice was pleading the case on that one as Crowder right there in front of the restricted area. He's going to draw the foul against Sparks, her first, team fourth. 3:10 to play in the second quarter. Stone and Ella Crowder return for Tennessee Wesleyan. It's going to be number 10, Aubrey Dalton. That'll check in for the Lady Knights from Somerset, Kentucky, along with Gillum.
And his backside takes a beating.
Yeah.
She draws a lot of charges. Does a great job.
She does. Not afraid to put the body on the line and does a good job of, one, just getting back a lot of times. Here's Bates around the top of the key. Finds Mayo, left side under 3 to go, up 35-24. Shot clock at 6. Mayo takes it left side, kicks to Bates, head fake. She'll drive. 2 seconds. Crowder's going to have to fire it, and shot clock violation is going to sound.
Somebody's got to be willing to take the shot.
Yep. Seems like it's twice that has essentially happened where
When it gets down, somebody's got to take the goal or take the shot. They just kept making the pass.
here's West, comes to the left side, hands it off to Hardwick. Hardwick gets a screen, dishes to the right side to Gillum. Gillum, I agree, Coach, looked like she had left a little early, and then over the back call here. That
Should
one's
put us
going
at the line.
to be on Meade, her first. Powell's going to come back in. Coach Rice using the quick substitution changes here this game. Trying to keep some fresh legs out there. Baxter and Bates will exit. Powell and Martin back in. So your starting 5 for the Lady Bulldogs back as Jacelyn Stone will step to the line. Stone misses the first one. 68% shooter on the season. Sierra Bates listed along with Ashley Baxter as the best free throw shooters, but sample size a little smaller. Both of them missed. Rebound collected by Gillum. It'll be West to bring it up the court with 2:15 to play in the second quarter. Still 35-24. Here's Meade, spins into a double team and then steps through both of them, or around them actually, and scores. Lays it up off the glass. Both of them went to the opposite side that she was intending to go. 9-point game. Here's Stone, one to get it to Powell. Now Powell will come off a back screen from Crowder, gets it back from Stone. Stone goes to the baseline, keeping her dribble. Now a nice bounce pass in the lane to Powell is good from Jacelyn Stone.
Nice cut by Jason Powell.
Powell and Stone connecting like they were playing for Coach Powell.
I think they're high school teammates or something.
Yeah. I think they've done that a number of times, but then inside goes Gillum with a little baby hook shot from the right side. 37-28. Here's Powell, goes back in. Blocking foul is going to be the call. Right in front of Coach Kahn, the official making that one. 2 shots coming. Dalton picks up her first. That's going to bring Sparks and Johnson along with Atkins back for KCU. 2 of the officials having a conversation about it.
Not sure about what. I believe you're going to reverse that call.
No, definitely not. So here stands Powell at the line. Misses the first one.
Having a little deja vu here.
Yeah. Got to make the free throws. Powell misses that one. Rebounded here by KCU. West will have it with 1:15 crossing midcourt. Working from our right to our left here. It's going to be Johnson. Hands it off to Atkins, top of the key. Instead, West gets the handoff, working against Powell, left side of the lane. Little help defense there from Mayo. Stuck a hand in the dribbling way. They'll clear out the loose rebound to Stone. Stone calling for the screen. Instead, she'll drop it to Mayo. Swings it left side. Powell with it. Now she'll send it to the right and to Crowder. Ella goes, sets a screen here for Mayo. Mayo, quick crossover around the screen again. Martin, top of the key. Now Stone on the right wing with 5 to shoot. Takes it all the way in, gets the bucket and the foul.
She is amazing.
What she can do
over
against
people.
Yeah.
Getting it on the glass.
That's West, her first, and so Stone at the line, a chance to make it a 3-point play. And she converts it. 40-28, Lady Bulldogs in front. There's about a 4-second differential. Well, yeah, 3 to 4 differential. Game of shot clock, so they will have to take a shot. West with it out front. Drives left side of the paint, throws up a prayer on the glass, missed it. Martin clears out the rebound.
Here's the favor there, though.
Yes.
Shot a little early in the shot clock, giving us plenty of time to get one on the other end.
Stone bringing it up the court. The game clock down to 5. Powell going to fire it up with 3 seconds to go. Bounces up and over off the glass, and that's going to end it. Lady Bulldogs, although they trailed early here, they battle back into the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, hold serve as best they can, pushing it up to as much as a 14-point lead. Now taking a 12-point lead into the locker room at the half against this KCU team visiting from Grayson, Kentucky. So again, your halftime score, Tennessee Wesleyan 40, Kentucky Christian at 28. So we're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we're going to come back with some stats, and we'll have a halftime interview with one of our men here for the Bulldogs coming up right here on WJSQ. So we'll take a 2-minute break and then be right back. Back in 2.
Athens.
Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, where the Lady Bulldogs leading Kentucky Christian 40-28 after finally getting the offense going. Had plenty of good looks, but it took them a while to start knocking down some shots. But they have knocked down a lot of deep shots, that is for sure. Knocking down 7 of 19 from behind the arc compared to the 3 of 9 from behind the arc by KCU. And the Lady Knights had jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and Wesleyan got it back to within 1 and then tied it up at 7-7. Kentucky Christian answered right back 9-7. Then Wesleyan answered right back after that, tied it up at 9, and then took their first lead at 12-9. And then after that, Kentucky Christian comes down, knocks down a 3 of their own to tie it up at 12. But ever since then, with 5:05 left in the first quarter, Lady Bulldogs have been on a roll. They took the 14-12 lead, then rattled off 9 straight points, including that one, to end the quarter. And then here in the second quarter, it was a couple of spurts by both teams, making back-to-back field goals, some free throws happening, and some and-one opportunities. Gives Tennessee Wesleyan this 40-28 lead. Again, touched 14-point lead 2 different times, about middle of the way through the second quarter, and then again with 3:40 left, 35-21. That being their largest lead thus far of the ball game. Of course,
shooting it well that first half.
Yeah.
19's a lot of threes, though, to be taken in half. But if that's what they're going to give you, and you can knock them down at almost 37%, you're going to take it, because on threes, 33% is equal to 50% on twos. So, so if that's what they're going to give you and you can knock them down, then why not take them?
And I think one thing that stands out about that is that Kentucky Christian switched up their defense a couple of different times, and therefore Wesleyan still kept shooting it that well, no matter if they were looking at man or a zone defense against them. So Credit to the Lady Bulldogs for responding no matter what they saw defensively from KCU going
Didn't
on.
take them long to shoot KCU out of that 2-3 zone.
It didn't. Not at all. So, of course, anytime Wesleyan plays and we try to cover them, it's a doubleheader, just the way the conference games work out. But lately it's been that sometimes the women don't play the same night as the men. The men will play everybody in the conference twice. As of right now, still think that holds serve. But the women, on the other hand, they will only play Kentucky Christian once this season. But the guys will come up next after this one. And part of that is because there's Brenau and Columbia College on the women's side that give them 2 extra teams in the league.
Correct.
So
that is correct. So therefore, in order to have the same number of conference games as the men, which is 22, and gives you more non-conference games, then they're divided into pods, and you only play one pod one time each year. 2 of those at home, 2 of those away.
And it's kind of been one of those things to get used to if you follow Tennessee Wesleyan athletics, and you may only see them one time a year, but the guys, they'll get set to square off against Kentucky Christian coming up after this one. And once again, we've got another Bulldog with us. They've already been on the road to Kentucky Christian, picked up a 13-point win up there, 81-68 against the Knights. And Peyton West joins us. The guard wears number 20 if you're following along at home or in the stands, but he has been in a little bit of a different role, we'll say, this year in a little bit, but a guy that we always like to get to talk to. And so, Peyton, first off, before we get into that, let's remind everyone at home kind of where you're from, how your path to Tennessee Wesleyan and Coach Ray Stone ended up happening.
Yeah, so out of high school, I went JUCO to Vol State. I graduated in the COVID year, so my high school team did make the state tournament, but we didn't play it. And then had very little recruiting out of that, so I went to JUCO. And then after 2 years JUCO, had a few schools in the conference looking at, and I just felt like this was the right place, so I ended up picking here.
Now, what high school were you at?
Monterey High School.
Monterey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there was a lot of, I know at least on the guys' side for sure, a lot of state tournament teams that were deep that year. And McMinn played Cleveland last night, and we referenced that in the broadcast. And that Cleveland's 2020 team was one that was anticipated to be loaded. So it just kind of the nature of the world at that time just ruined some end-of-the-year opportunities for a lot of student athletes. But nonetheless, so you go to Vol State, which still not too far away, but growing up in that greater Cookeville area, it sounds like.
Yep.
And then coming over to Tennessee Wesleyan, so still not too far from home, just a cut through the mountains a little bit if you go through Spring City, or if you go the interstate, whichever way you want to go. But
yeah, an hour back, 3 hours here. I mean, depends on how you look at it.
The time change always gets you.
Yeah, it does.
Always. I've had to go to Nashville a couple of times for work recently, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I can leave a little bit later because I don't have to be there so early, and then it's coming back, and it's already dark by the time you hit the road. It's awful. So,
yeah.
So obviously, being not too far from home, talk a little bit about family getting to come watch you. Was that a big factor in maybe coming to play closer to home?
It was. I wanted to. This was the perfect distance. I didn't want them, especially being Eastern time. I knew it would be a little bit tougher, but it was a perfect distance for them to be able to come and watch every home game. They travel with me on the road most of the time, and that's too much of them. I ask them not to sometimes, but they're like, "No, we're going to be there." I'm just like, "Well, y'all are crazy, but I appreciate it." They're over supportive. They are incredible people.
Is there a place they have not traveled to watch y'all play so far since you've been at Wesleyan?
St. Andrews, but my dad's like, "Oh, we can go to St. Andrews and then go to Charleston, South Carolina. Easy. We make a little trip out of it." I'm like, "You shouldn't do that, but I appreciate it."
I like it. That is the one trip. It used to be. I can remember being in school and hearing basketball guys talk about going to Bluefield back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the worst trips. And then now, comparatively to going to Columbia, stuff like that, going to St. Andrews, I think is the furthest trip as of now in the conference for Tennessee Wesleyan. And there's a lot of teams in this East Tennessee between Bryan, Milligan, Wesleyan. That's 3 of them that are in East Tennessee. And so you got to kind of branch out. Several Kentucky teams now with Pikeville and Union. We're slated to go to Pikeville in a few weeks, and that's a midweek game, so Matt Harper's going to go, and we're talking about it and said, what time do we have to leave? It's a 4.5-hour trip, but it's, again, not an easy trip to get to Pikeville, Kentucky. It's not straight interstate, so.
Yeah.
We'll pass UVA Wise on the way, I'm pretty sure.
We're looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I can bet. So talk to us a little bit about this season. Unfortunately, record-wise, it's not been the season that any of you all have wanted. But nonetheless, pretty much everybody you've played outside of maybe one or two games, you all have competed well, just having trouble with some games closing them out.
Yeah, we've found ways to lose, unfortunately. And, I mean, this team was brand new to start the year, so we kind of expected it to start. We had, I'm not going to say chemistry issues, but just figuring out each other. And we still are. We really still are at this point in the year, unfortunately. But we've just had so many games that we've had in our hands that we just let slip away. And, I mean, this conference is so even. You have no idea. Anybody can beat anybody. But we've just had a hard time keeping our foot on the throats of our opponents and just closing out games.
Y'all are too nice. That's what it sounds like.
You think so?
You get a little too nice late, maybe. No, I think that is something we've talked to Coach Stone a little bit about and seen. Had a big group that came in last year or last couple of years that were starting to click, and then you bring in some new guys because you lose people to graduation or attrition, whatever happens. So you got to kind of switch it up and hope everybody gels together again. And, of course, you coming off a couple of starts here, started against Bryan last night, but kind of being one of those first guys off the bench, how has that kind of changed your outlook in this season?
I was excited for it at first. I really was. It was something new for me. I had been a 3-year starter, 2 years at JUCO last year, of course. But I was excited. I was excited for a new role. I wasn't going to be handling the ball as much. Still a little bit, but I was supposed to be shooting it more. I was excited for that, but I didn't transition to it as well as I thought I would. Just coming off the bench, I guess, my rhythm is not what I wanted it to be. I mean, really. It didn't feel any different. My shots felt good all summer or all fall, all season. But sometimes it just wasn't falling. But I was excited for it. I enjoyed coming off the bench. I really did. I know not everybody thinks that way, but at the end of the day, I care about winning more than anything.
Right.
Winning and playing, and nobody's ever happy about playing, about their playing time. So, I mean, winning at the end of the day is the most important. But I was excited for it, and now they're asking me to start. And, I mean, I'm going to do whatever's asked. It's not negotiable.
I like that. It's a team game. You got a lot of people nowadays that, like, I've got to get my points and my playing time, but ultimately still trying to play for that team. And yeah, I don't know that I've ever met anybody that enjoyed the playing time. They usually always want more.
Exactly.
So, there's a few times some of them tap the head or the jersey, pull the jersey, I need a breather, but that's the only time they really want to come out of a ball game. But nonetheless, the other night against Bryan, you get the start and rattled off 4 or 5 to start from behind the arc. So you had a little bit of that rhythm at the start of the game the other night, it looked like.
I mean, I'd like to say that starting and sitting doesn't matter, but if we're looking at percentages right now, it does. But I don't know. My shots just felt good. I've put in the work. I haven't questioned my work, haven't questioned my reps. Just at some point, I knew this season would fall. And unfortunately, the last 3 years, this year included, I've started off 25% from 3, 20%. I think this year I got down to 15. And then by the time about now, January 20th-ish, it ends up being a lot better. So,
well, remind us again, of course, you're here to study, so what's the motive or the path that you're going into?
So I'm student teaching right now. I have an extra year. I'm debating on using it. We will see. I'm thinking about coming back and getting a master's and playing.
Awesome.
Not sure, though. I'm on the fence as much as you can be.
I understand that completely. I know I've seen you. I think you've been in the city schools a little bit, getting to student teach there with the new school that everybody's been excited about.
Yes.
So that's always awesome.
I'm actually at the middle school, but I have observed a lot at the elementary.
The elementary. Okay. Well, hey, we'll take you back another year. So it's always good to see you out there lighting it up. So Peyton, best of luck today against Kentucky Christian, and let's get a win back in the column.
Let's do it. Thank you guys for having me.
No problem. Peyton West from Cookeville originally, and by way of Vol State coming to Tennessee Wesleyan, and always a great young man to talk to and great insight for what this team is going through right now, trying to get improve their standing, currently in 10th place in the conference and wanting to pick up their 8th win here today, which would also be their 8th win in conference play. So let's go ahead. Let's take a 30-second break, and then we'll bring you some first half stats. We'll be back from James L. Robb after this 30-second timeout.
Athens Insurance. We're here.
back here from James L. Robb. And Coach, you've got some team numbers if you want to throw those out there
Yeah,
for
rather
us.
quickly. We're about ready to start the second half here, but from the field, Tennessee Wesleyan was 15 of 32, 46.9%. 7 of 19 on threes, as we referenced earlier, 36.8%. Struggling again tonight at the free throw line, only 3 of 8. 5 turnovers, 20 total rebounds. For Kentucky Christian, they were 10 of 28 for 36% from the field. 3 of 9, 33% on threes, and 5 of 9, 55% at the free throw line. 5 turnovers, 21 rebounds. So they won the rebound battle by just 1. As long as we can stay that close and shoot it this well, I think we'll be all right with just giving up 1 extra rebound.
Definitely so. Looking at your individual stats right now, it's Jacelyn Stone. She's willed herself to the rim a lot of times. 6 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 3 from behind the arc. So the only miss coming from behind, everything behind the line. She's got 15 points along with 3 assists. And then Powell and Alexis Bates with 5 points apiece. And then a host of Lady Bulldogs.
Oh, you're right.
With 3 points. And, of course, most of those, all of them, except for 1, coming from behind the arc. So, nonetheless, Lady Bulldogs will open it offensively with the ball as Sparks leads the Knights with 8 points as their leading scorer. 3-pointer by Martin, and they just go right back to it, they say. Kaylee Martin knocks it down to start the third quarter very quickly for the Lady Bulldogs. Leading at 43-28 now. Just about 10 seconds into the quarter at that point. 3-pointer off the mark. Crowder battles inside there against Hardwick. Gets a good defensive board.
Hardwick failed to block her out. She got about half of that rebound and able to tip it out.
We talked to Anna and Ella at halftime, of course, against Brian on the men's game, and talked about how just playing physical and trying to body up people, she does a good job. Here's Powell trying to hit it from the same spot that Martin did. That one really no rotation, just hit the back of the rim. And
a little flat and a little long.
Yep. Here poked away by Crowder, and there's a steal picked up by Powell. Poked it right away from Johnson. Here's Mayo. Skip pass, it comes to Stone, top of the key. Stone drives, ball fake out, regains it. Though she's too far under, she'll have to clear it out to Crowder. Crowder spins. Little floating hook, little pull-up really, misses it. Had a good look. I don't think she realized how open she was going to be when she spun over. Spun it straight to the goal and was wide open.
Yep, because being not knowing she's going to be so open, she was a little quick getting it off.
Yep. Here's Sparks. She dumps it off on a pass down to Johnson. Good straight-up defense by Crowder to not commit the foul, and Johnson just makes a tough shot over Anna Crowder. Wesleyan with it. Crowder out front. Just over 2 minutes played so far. Martin with it on the left wing. Passes it off to Powell to the right. Powell, ball above her head. Skip pass into the corner to Martin. She goes baseline on the near side. Here's Mayo with it. Shot clock to 5 once again. Goes up strong off the glass. Cambry Mayo good on the far side. Once again, Lady Bulldogs using every bit of that shot clock they can. Limiting maybe the possession times for KCU. Out front, Sparks. Here's West with it on the right wing. Out front, it's going to be Gillum. She'll take a deep 3. That one bounces up and off the front of the rim. Crowder corrals it. Here's Stone out front between the circles. Coach Rice pacing the sideline, calling out the signal.
Kentucky Christian back in that 2-3.
See how long it is for the Lady Bulldogs start knocking down some long shots again. Mayo left wing. High post feed to Stone, loses the handle. Still crawling to get it. Kick out to Powell. Powell.
I'd like to see her shot that.
5. Yep. Stone instead takes it from about 12 feet and makes it. Rolls all the way around the rim.
It's interesting. We put the shortest score we've got in the middle of that zone.
Yes. Take by Sparks. It's going to be blocked out of bounds. That's exactly right. And Stone not backing down from a challenge whatsoever. It's going to be Atkins to check in. Inbounds coming. Baseline jumper on the far side by Johnson, no good. Put back by Gillum is good. So another offensive rebound for KCU.
Martin went across to help. just wasn't able to recover in time to box out.
Back to a 15-point game. Left side, Powell, Stone. Here's Mayo. Kicks it over to Martin. She really wanted to take it, but instead they skip it to this near side to Powell. Back across it goes to Martin. She'll take another three. Martin's hit another one to start this second half. Transition. 50-32 the score. KCU answering right back though with a baseline jumper. 50-34. Here's Martin on the right wing. Now inside goes Stone. She's going to have another and one opportunity.
Thought Martin was going to take another one from the other side over there.
I did too.
What do they call that, a heat check?
Yep.
Thought they were going to have the heat check, but she passed it up.
That one's going to be on West, her first. Team first, or her second, sorry, team first. And Stone misses the and one opportunity. So another free throw missed for the Lady Bulldogs, about the only negative for them. 3 of 9 now. High post, it goes to Gillum. She'll dribble it right side, then hands it off to Atkins. Powell gets the defensive board cleaned out.
I think if I'd been Coach Rice, I wouldn't have gone in at halftime. I'd stayed out and shot free throws.
Yes. It's amazing. You can scoot inside, nobody guarding you, and start missing them. Here's Mayo. She'll knock down a three from the far side. Three ball is falling for the Lady Bulldogs, 55-34. That's going to force a timeout by the Lady Knights. They'll take a full timeout to talk it over. Lady Bulldogs in front by 21. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back in 60. Back here from James L. Robb, WJSQ, WLAR, Athens, Tennessee. Jared Wright, Coach Stan Harrison here. Lady Bulldogs in front comfortably now by 21, 55-34. Sparks has it for KCU out of the timeout. Drops it back. It goes there to Overman. Overman's 15-footer falls off to the backside into the hands of Mayo. She'll clear it out to the guard and Stone. Stone just pushing the pace. She's at 19 points so far tonight. You got Martin and Mayo very close to double figures. Martin's knocked down 2 3-pointers here in the third quarter.
Kentucky Christian back into man-to-man.
Crowder takes it to the right side, hands it to Mayo. She thought about it. Martin now left side, hands it to the Stone. Stone drives inside. Stone, a little running shot off the glass, and Jacelyn Stone is feeling it tonight. She knocks down another one. 4:09 to play in the third quarter and up 23. And it's either been the outside game from the rest of the team or Stone taking it to the hole for the Lady Bulldogs. Sparks trying to back down Powell. Spins into the lane. A little turning jump shot is good.
She definitely
Sparks.
believes in the old adage that the backboard is your friend.
Yeah.
She uses it well.
Yep. Here's Stone across midcourt. Wesleyan's going to have a couple of subs coming to the table. We'll get those in a minute. Here's Mayo, far side. She'll pop the triple off to the backside. Powell, good offensive rebound. Kicks out for another three. This one from Crowder. It's off the mark. It's going to be corralled by Atkins before Mayo can get to it. KCU's West takes it left side. She'll throw it up hard off the glass against Stone. Doesn't come off. In their favor, instead, the Lady Bulldogs will pick it up. Here's Crowder pushing the pace. Pass deflected, trying to get it to Powell. Sparks with a loose ball. It's a 2-on-1 break. Mayo helping, though. But Sparks takes it all the way in on the right side. 57-38. Down to a 19-point lead.
Just a little lazy there in transition with
As
the
soon as
pass.
Say something about being comfortable lead, they start dropping some points here. Coach Rice letting them just kind of stall for a minute. Now they start the offense with 14 to shoot. Mayo just takes it baseline. Nobody picked her up and easily takes a quick drive on the baseline and makes it, and that forces once again a KCU timeout. Lady Bulldogs leading this one 59-38 with timeout on the court. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Back in 30. Kentucky Christian calling a timeout after another Wesleyan made shot. They have, out of that previous KCU timeout, they had a little bit of the momentum, but Wesleyan
pushed it
comes
right back to 21. Yep.
Here's Atkins with it behind the arc. Moves it around to the left side. Sparks skips it near corner. Long two going up there for Hardwick.
Not sure if the coach was more upset about that we scored or how we scored. With that easy layup.
Yep. Because Mayo had a wide open look. Here's Barr and Ella Crowder and Courtney Farr that check in. 6-foot sophomore forward from Benton, Tennessee.
Running a high weave.
So here's Ella Crowder goes in. She'll draw the contact on the shot. Ella goes baseline on the left side and gets knocked down by Katie Atkins for her first, team second of the quarter. 2:02 to play. In the third, Ella Crowder steps to the line. Misses the first one. And again, that's about the worst thing we've seen from the Lady Bulldogs in the last couple of games. It's free throw shooting. Crowder's second one is good. Gets them to 60, and Wesleyan's going to get number 14, Aubrey Long, into the ball game. She's a freshman guard from Benton, Tennessee as well.
Everybody's seen the floor now. That's good.
Always good when that can happen. 22-point lead for Lady Bulldogs. So Aubrey on the near side guarding Overman. Now down low, it's Hardwick going up against Alexis Bates. Just got good position there and makes the lay-in.
We're going to need to switch. Got Alexis Bates on a post player.
20-point game, 60-40. Alexis on the far side. Lexi, as the team calls her. Aubrey Long now with it, top of the key. Spins left side of the lane. Almost got tied up, able to get the pass out to Farr. Farr taking the three. Shot off the rim. It's rebounded by Bates, the point guard. Here's Long. She'll go baseline. There against Overman. Little jump stop, gets her free, and she scores on the baseline. So 22-point lead once again for Tennessee Wesleyan as the last 60 seconds are about to start ticking away here in the third quarter. Down low feed, double team, that time for Hardwick. Now it's Sparks trying to drive in from the left wing. Across the lane, missed the shot, but the putback here is going to be good for Overman. Another offensive board.
Gave up inside position there.
Back to a 20-point lead with under 40 seconds now to go. Here's Ella Crowder, right side, opposite side of the screen. Barr, little pump fake. Now she'll drive, running floater, and she's going to miss everything right there. It's going to be a substitution. Hannah Kidd checking in, the freshman guard from Wolfe County, Kentucky. Will check in for KCU. Lady Bulldogs currently in 9th place in the conference.
A small lineup in. I think we're going to go 2-3 zone here now.
Yep, they are. And that's smart move. Lexi Bates up top with Long.
Just need to reach the shooters and everything will be fine.
Bates deflects the pass. Barr intercepts it. Barr will hold. And it looks like Coach Rice wants the last shot with 10 seconds to go in the third quarter now when they get in the front court. Farr setting a screen for Barr. Finds Bates far corner. She'll take the three. Too strong on it, and that's how the third quarter will end as the Lady Bulldogs extend their lead to 20 against KCU, 62-42. We'll be back here from James L. Robb for the final 10 minutes in 60 seconds. Back in 60 seconds. Back here at James L. Robb Gymnasium, Jared Wright, Coach Stan Harrison, as we get set for the final 10 minutes of play in the women's matchup. Lady Bulldogs outscoring the Lady Knights 22-14 in that third quarter. Outscored them by 9 in the first and then only 3 in that second quarter. So much better first and third quarter for Tennessee Wesleyan.
Did a little quick research. Looks like most threes attempted in a game is 38. We're at 27, so I'm not sure we'll get there.
We'll see. You underestimate how many threes they can take as Kentucky Christian misses it. And Wesleyan will have their first possession. They've got their starting five back out there. Stone, Crowder, Powell, Martin, and Mayo. Crowder out front, picks up her dribble, finds Stone on the right wing, 10 to shoot. Stone going all the way in, gets blocked, but also body checked pretty hard. Instead, KCU coming on the fast break. Crowder just takes it away from her. It was Overman that came in, thought she was going to get an easy lay-in, draw the foul, and Anna stood her ground, just takes the ball straight from her hands. Mayo into the lane. She'll pass it to Martin, out to Stone. There's another one, Coach, and they drill this one. Jacelyn Stone says, hey, she wants to shoot some threes some more. Should knock down 2 of 3 in the first half. She's going to join in as well. 65-42. Still by Mayo in the paint. The 23-point lead ties the largest of the ball game.
With the lead we got, it may all come down to whether the substitutes come in looking to jack it up.
Yep. Here's Powell, sends it over to Mayo. Back to Powell, top of the key. Left side at Stone in the corner, gets a screen from Martin. Gets all the way to the hoop, kicks it over to Mayo. She's going for another one. Off to the back iron, rebounded, but then Stone trying to steal it. Instead, she'll dribble it out of bounds. Had Sparks sleeping right there and poked it away briefly. Gillum will return for Overman. What year was that? Do you know?
I will in just a second.
Quick little Google search there. Here's Atkins with it in the front court. It's Harwick with it. High post feed to Sparks. A couple of dribbles, she'll send it right back out on the perimeter. Top of the key. It's going to be a drive here by Kidd. Kidd turns and kicks it out to Sparks. Shot clock at 9, and a foul committed underneath.
1997-98.
I wonder who the coach was at that time.
I don't know that guy. Can't believe he let him take that big
That's
three.
what I was about to ask. Anna Crowder picks up her first foul. Team first of the quarter. Sparks misses the first one. Must have been the assistant coach's fault at that time.
Must have been sick, not been there.
Sparks does make the second one here, 65-43. Knew it had to be a good chance it was one of your ball clubs that did that. Here's Stone, sends it left side. Now it's Crowder in the near corner, back up top of the key. Powell wide open for 3. That one short. That's probably the worst looking 3 they've taken tonight. And just Powell straight ahead, just a little short. It's going to be Atkins running the point here for KCU. Wesleyan got a big road trip coming up on Saturday. We'll be in action there from Cleveland, Georgia. As a little turning hook shot by Gillum in the paint is good. Back to a 20-point game. Matt Harper and myself going to make the trip over to Cleveland, Georgia, and for the Truett McConnell matchup as Mayo misses a three-pointer here. Here's Atkins, right side. Gillum trying to go for back-to-back shots, misses it from the left or from the perimeter on the right side. Rebound collected by Stone. Stone comes to the left side to Mayo. Mayo gets a screen from Martin. Skip past to Crowder on the far side. Crowder around the screen from Martin. Pull up from about 8 feet. Just misses it to the left side of the backboard. Left of the rim, actually. Here's Spark. She'll circle it back around. Gillum going to drive. A little running floater, and Gillum has got the hot hand for KCU right now. 65-47. 6.5 minutes to play in an 18-point game. Stone kicks it over to Mayo. Martin sets the screen left side, and Mayo will send it left side to Crowder. They work it back to the far side of the court. Powell, center court now with it. Drops it to Stone. Stone, she'll pop the three behind the screen from Martin. Rebound pulled down by Sparks. She's going to push the pace. Goes left side. A little pull-up jumper, no good. Pushes Stone down to the ground and gets the putback. Stone just went flying. Now in transition, quick pass up to Powell and a good fast break.
Beat them back in transition. Good hustle.
Yep.
Good look by Jason.
So 67-49 goes the score. Down low feed to Gillum. Martin trying to go straight up with her. Did a good job. Mayo will.
They gotten away with one.
Yep. Pass it out.
Officials know the score and the time, too.
They're not wanting to drag this on any longer. Mayo far side. Looking inside. Now Martin will roll to the block. Back to the basket. Spins. Instead, she'll send it back out front to Crowder. Shot clock at 6. Behind the back goes Stone. Nice little play. Up off the glass and good by Jacelyn Stone.
Left her defender standing at the elbow.
Just an outstanding take. Back to a 20-point game. Three-pointer up in the near corner by Kidd. No good. Powell ends up with a loose rebound. 69-49 the score with 5 minutes to play. Coach Rice is sending the reserves back to the scorer's table. Mayo on the left wing. Here's Martin taking a drive. She'll kick it to Powell. Working it around, working that shot clock deeper. Far corner, it's Mayo. Gets a screen from Crowder. Crowder gets it right back from Mayo. 3 to shoot. Crowder trying to take it all the way in. Gets the shot off, but it'll bounce off the front of the rim and the glass. And here comes Atkins for KCU. Gillum, big crossover, step back from about 18 feet, missed it. And Stone will collect it. And Coach Rice is just going to call the timeout to sub, so it's just a rotation. We'll stay right here with you. So KCU getting some subs in, but Wesleyan will get Sierra Bates, Ashley Baxter, Alexis Bates, Ella Crowder, and Abby Barr into the ball game with 4:12 to play. It's going to be West along with Meade, Dalton, Johnson, and 15. It's going to be Overman still in there for the Lady Knights. Alexis Bates with it. Drops it to Barr, top of the key. Barr thought about the shot. Instead, she'll pump fake and drive right side. Off the glass, no good. KCU with a good box out. So 3:56 to play.
Abby Barr got a hand in there. Trying to get steal off the rebound, but poked it out.
Here's West bringing it up. West, top of the key, getting a screen from Johnson. Her three-pointer off to the front side of the rim, and then rebounded by Ella Crowder right there. Crowder pushes it right side to Barr. Here's Bates. She'll take the open three-pointer and drills it. Lexi Bates knocks it down, 72-49. Back to a 23-point lead once again. 3.5 to go. Far side of the court, it's going to be Meade. She'll dribble into the lane, across to the right side, lays it up off the glass, got up under the defenders, makes a tough shot.
I don't believe we need the shot clock right now.
No.
Both teams looking,
It's just
looking for the put it up.
Somebody's having to reset it too often. Here's Barr with it out front. Bates cuts. Lexi Bates, that is. Now Baxter gets it to Barr, left wing. Barr takes the three. Missed it, but there's a backside rebound by Lexi Bates. Clears it out to Crowder, top of the key. Crowder finds Baxter in the near corner. Feeds it right back to Crowder on the block. Ball rolls all the way around the rim from the right side and falls off to the left.
We got a reset on that.
Yep. So Aubrey Long will check in for Sierra Bates. And Farr will return for Alexis Bates.
I think we got a fortunate reset on that.
Yep.
That one shot. Didn't end up hurting them.
Nope. 2.5 to go. That's what Coach Kahn was yelling to the refs about. And they get a foul call here on Wesleyan underneath. That was a take there. This one's going to be on Farr, her first, team second. That was a take there by Aubrey Dalton. Now the Bates twins are coming back to the scores table. So Baxter and Barr will exit. With 2:28 to play, Tennessee Wesleyan Lady Bulldogs up 72-51. Got the guys game coming up next. First one is good for Dalton. Again, remind you, McMinn County action tomorrow night. And Walker Valley comes to McMinn County Gymnasium. As both free throws are good. And Cherokee's on the boys' side reeling after a strange ending to a game last night. We'll just leave it at that. Some clock starting and stopping time was in question, but losing a big district game. Inside take by Bates is off the mark. Full court pass up to KCU. It's going to be Dalton. Looked like she traveled, but
nice little step through.
Yeah.
Not sure.
72-55 with 2:05 to go.
Again, don't expect too many whistles. Unless it's something really obvious or really bad.
Unlike the high school game, the same three officials do not officiate both games here at the collegiate level. So it'll be a different set. Now a take by Sierra Bates. She's going to get fouled on the take to the left side. She came across the lane from the right. Overman's going to pick up her third, team first of the quarter. And so Sierra Bates stepping to the line. Left-handed free throw is good. (73-55). Minute 45 to go. And Bates makes both free throws. That's not been happening tonight.
She's made all of hers. We just need to get her to the line more.
Yeah. Here's Meade on the baseline, trying to spin away. Overhead pass into Johnson. Now they get it to Dalton. Dalton steps through and draws another foul. Coach Ross now telling the reserves don't foul. That one's going to be on Aubrey Long, her first, team third. 23, Hannah Kidd coming back for KCU. That's going to replace Jada Johnson. 3 seniors on this team for KCU. A lot of freshmen. First free throw, no good. Wesleyan, on the other hand, kind of in the same boat. Only a couple. Mayo listed as a junior, but planning to graduate this year due to the extra year from COVID year. So.
And Martin, I believe, is as well.
And Martin, yep. Martin is the classified senior. And 56 points now for KCU. Barr comes left side, 74-56. Barr out front. Looks to the right, over to Sierra Bates. Baxter back in. She'll set a screen for Bates. Here's Lexi Bates, goes to the right side, trying to get to the baseline. She'll circle it back out front to Long. Long sends it right side to Bates. 5 to shoot. Lexi taking it, drops it to Baxter. She'll fire the three. Off the backboard in the rim. Offensive rebound here for Abby Barr. That'll be good. It'll only reset to 20. It's already down to 12, but allow them to run some more time. Long goes baseline. Steps through. Cannot get it. Sierra Bates with the backside rebound, though, is good.
That's good hustle.
Outstanding play by Sierra Bates.
Came from the elbow on the backside to get that.
And with 41 seconds left. Coach Kahn wants to talk it over. So 76-56 left. Full timeout on the court. We will be back in 60 seconds. Back in 60. KCU inbounds it, gets it to the baseline, and then throws it right into the hands of Aubrey Long. So whatever they drew up in that timeout, Coach, did not work out to what Coach Kahn wanted to do with no shot clock turned on now. Wesleyan will just hold it.
We're trying to dribble it out, and they're coming out trying to pressure. I'm not sure I understand that. Coach needs to tell them back off.
Yep.
Now she is.
Yep, they back off, and so Wesleyan women get back into the win column here at home and move to 9-9 overall. 7-9 in the conference, 6-4 here at home, and in that two-game slide, Kentucky Christian drops 6 games in a row now, 2-14 in the conference, 4-17 overall, and 2-11 on the road. So Jeff Rice and his ball club do a good job to get a win, and he's already signaled he's going to come up. So we'll just stay right here with you through this one, as he's going to come up. We'll go ahead and do the post-game interview with him as soon as he grabs a stat sheet, but. Nonetheless, this Lady Bulldog team, Coach, essentially responded like they needed to today.
Yes, they did. Worried about the hangover from the other night. Hard-fought game against one of the best teams in the league, but a little bit of a slow start. But after we settled in, I thought played extremely well.
So Coach Rice will just grab you here for a quick interview. Just do it this way, about as quick as your girls were firing up three-pointers today.
Yeah.
But when the majority of them are going in, it feels a little bit better, and you're good with that.
It's nice to see some go in. Maybe it'll spill over to the free throw line where we're still struggling a little bit. But, we talk. Coach and I used to talk all the time, the more you stress free throws, the more you miss. And so we worked on them a little bit yesterday, and I'm done talking about them. And we'll either make them or we won't. The only thing I told them after the game or at halftime was winners make them. And, there ain't much else to say about making free throws.
Really, you get everybody in the game very quickly tonight. That's always a good thing when you can get a lot of playing time across the whole team, and really was never in doubt.
Yeah, we've got some depth that probably has needed to play a little more. We're only playing one post player, and I think the other three sitting over there all can do some really good things. But, when McKaylee plays and McKaylee shoots it, McKaylee's going to stay in the game. And she's in the last 2 games, she's been really, really good. And I've told her and Cambry going forward, y'all got to be aggressive. Whether they go in or not, you've got to shoot them. And tonight, it was good for them to see some go in.
Martin really had it going to start the second half. She made 2 of her threes from the right side very quickly. In the third quarter, you had 4 players with multiple made three-pointers tonight.
Yeah.
Which is always a good thing.
It's just, you just got to keep shooting them. We can't change anything now. We're still going to be small, and we're going to live and die by it, and I'm okay with that.
Stone continues to impress, taking it off the dribble. And you've said multiple times there's not many in the league that can stop her when she's on, and she was on tonight with 26 points.
Yeah, and when she makes the three, that's the difference between Stone as a freshman and Stone now is she can step out there and make those shots, and she's really, really hard to guard because of how little and how close to the floor she gets by people. And she's also sharing the basketball. That's one thing we've been stressing. Her and Anna are the only one consistently we got that can get by people, and they're the ones that's got to create shots for the other 3. The other 3 can't create their own shot, and so we need them. We need them not only to score for us, but also to create shots for other people.
But they led you in assists with 6 apiece, which is what you're looking for.
Exactly what you're looking for, and Anna just, sometimes she doesn't score, but she just does everything else. I mean, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. JC's become a really good rebounder for us, and the only thing that hurt us a little bit there in the first half was some offensive rebounds, and it was just not going and getting it. And we did a good job blocking them out. There's one time they looked at each other and thought the other one was going to go get it, and I told them I'd rather them knock it out of bounds or fall down and knock it out of bounds than fighting for it than to not get it.
Coach, tell us about the 5-out offense you run there in the first quarter.
We're just trying to space the floor and give lanes for people to get by people. One of the reasons we haven't posted anybody in a long time was we started it kind of with Shira and Hunter. We don't want anybody in the way to stop them because nobody's really stopping them from getting to the rim. So we've just kind of developed that 5-out, and we've recruited the post players that can step out and shoot it. And you see, Stone gets to the rim every night. If there was a post player in there, she's not getting to the rim. So, we work on the kickouts, we work on the skips, we work on the cuts, the dribble out back doors. We do all those little things to hopefully get those wide open shots. And tonight we got them. Tonight we made them.
Very good.
Well, Coach, you go on the road Saturday. We'll be with you. Truett McConnell, a team you picked up a good win against here at home just last week. So, familiar opponent already ready to go.
And it's first time. I told Donnie today. We're playing 3 teams that we haven't seen all year in the next 3 weeks. We haven't seen Kentucky. We hadn't seen Kentucky Christian. We haven't seen Reinhardt more at the end of the year, and we played Bluefield the week before. So two teams in the last basically week that we haven't seen all year, and you're not familiar with them. At least the first time somebody you kind of remember what they were doing. So it's kind of been an all-new scout to try and prepare for them.
You get them both here, Coach?
Both those are here.
That's good.
That's
both
always a good thing. I will have to tell you, Coach Harrison thought you all were nearing his record for attempted 3. So
we were up there. I think we attempted a whole lot more earlier this year. We were 40-something, 46 one game. I don't remember. But
if you attempted 46, you set the record because I was looking it up. In 97-98, we shot 38 against Milligan. I didn't remember that.
49 against CIU. 49 against CIU.
Right.
Yeah, here.
Yep,
yeah.
Yep, it was. So
yeah. And made a bunch of those though against CIU, I think.
16.
Yeah,
16.
So we almost broke the record we set, I think, because it was the night that who was it? Madison, I guess. She made all those 9 or 10 against Bluefield, and we threw a few other ones in. So I think that was kind of set the record. So
always good when they're going in, though.
That's
even
right.
better. Well, Coach, congrats on a win. We'll see you Saturday.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
As Coach Rice said, shots started to fall for him finally, and that's something that had not been happening for the Lady Bulldogs in some of their attempts. But a good night from behind the arc, 34%, 12 of 35. They shoot 43.9% from the floor overall, and KCU only 38% and 21%. Free throw line, it was a struggle, 46% for the Lady Bulldogs, 60 for KCU, but the rebound.
That was improvement in the second half.
It
got better.
It did.
It got better.
They improved the rebounding, come out ahead 2 on the end. Only 6 turnovers. They did get 8 points off of the 8 turnovers by KCU. And one stat that I know Coach Ross always kind of picks out is 18 assists on 29 made shots is not too bad.
No, that's very
of a
good.
night. So
very good.
Moving the ball around. So again, Jacelyn Stone ends the night 26.6 assists, 2 rebounds to her credit. Cambry Mayo 10 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, 9 points by McKaylee Martin. All of those coming from behind the arc, of course, and a rebound. 8 points by Alexis Bates and 3 rebounds. And 7 points for both J.C. Pound, Sierra Bates, 3 points by Anna Crowder and Abby Barb. Crowder also adding 8 rebounds.
J.C. Powell with 10 rebounds.
10 rebounds, leads the team there, 2 assists. And then Aubrey Long gets 2 points as well, and Ella Crowder makes one of her 2 free throws along with 3 rebounds. So a good team win tonight against Kentucky Christian. The men coming up next here from James L. Robb, and they're both really have more time to warm up than anticipated because that one ended a little bit earlier than normal with not too many whistles, but we'll go ahead and that'll wrap up our women's game here from James L. Robb. We'll send it back to Handsome Dan at the station, and then we'll rejoin you here in a little bit for the men's game coming up next. Back to you, Handsome Dan.